Hi guys, my name is Erin Perkins. This is my introduction video for AEP 858. A little bit about myself personally. My husband and I have been married for 8 years. We have four lovely kids, 7-year-old twins, a boy who will be 5 and going to kindergarten in the fall, and then a little girl who just turned 1. Professionally, I've been in special education and in teaching for 12 years. So in special education, all of that. 4 of them were doing co-teaching and inclusion work down in Goddard, Kansas, and then the past 8 have been up here in Topeka. For the Auburn-Washburn District, I teach at Tallgrass Student Learning Center, which is a special purpose day school for middle schoolers and high schoolers. So all of my kids have an IEP for a behavior disorder. And we run just about anywhere between 15 and 25 to 30 kids maximum in our building. Some of my goals professionally, especially this next year or two, is to help kind of revamp our school culture, working on how we can best serve our students and their unique behavioral needs, which I'm sure will be rather different too when we come back from being away from school for the past couple months, not even including the summertime. So I want to be able to best serve my students and then expand the group of what my students are beyond just my school building to ultimately consult on behaviors and interventions and that sort of thing. I feel like that's something that I'm good at that I didn't realize I was good at until I've been in special education this long and working at a special purpose day school for as long as I have. As I look on our school and district procedures when it comes to data analysis and things, at our school specifically, we track behavioral data using daily point sheets. We, in the past, have had students carry these point sheets around and they took some stock value in it because it would earn them things on point systems, that sort of thing. We would have a whole team analysis that would look for different trends specifically on certain students that were more troublesome than others to try to figure out where their hot spots were. But part of what I'm hoping to help my team revamp this year is being able to look for new ideas, being able to track behaviors without student responsibility, because what we were finding that lots of kids who weren't necessarily doing so well or just tossed their point sheets away. They didn't care about it, didn't have any stock in it. They definitely didn't want reports going home to parents as to how their day was. So they would conveniently lose them in all sorts of ways. So is it even a paper, paper tracking system worth it to us? Is there something else different that we want to be able to use to track behaviors? And we're looking at different options on that. Also, being able to specialize by behavior type or staff member. So we have different people who are looking for different trends and things, being able to be more efficient with our data collection and usage and in what we're looking for, and then being able to line up interventions accordingly. As a whole, I've been part of our building leadership team, and we just the past month, in the month of May, underwent the PLC Plus trainings. As the district uses a lot of PLC usage, and with PLC Plus, they actually kind of have some very scripted out guidelines as to how to gather data, to track it, have very specific focused conversations on what it is that you're seeing. And a lot of it's geared toward academic, but there's ways that we can modify this for our behavior tracking as well, I do believe. And then using focused research-based strategies based on what the data shows and needs. So I'm kind of excited to be able to take those things and use it for better conversation in our building PLC, but then also be able to use that to help us better gather data on the behavior trends that we're seeing in our school. So kind of the way I base my instructional strategies, because I do teach English in our school, but that really is based a lot on the behaviors I see and the trends for specific kids, but then as a school as a whole. My instructional decisions get based a lot on my relationships with students, so what I know, what I've built up and trust with them, where I can push them when I know they can and can't handle, and how that changes on the day. I do some point sheet tracking and personal logs, especially with my highest need students, to kind of track certain things. But what I do need to work on and plan and hopefully gain more knowledge and information on is organization, ways to store the information, to streamline entering data processes, different programs that we can use for behavior tracking. Those are the things that I'm learning to, or hoping to learn, either through this class and on my own over the summer, again, as we're kind of revamping our school culture and being able to make some changes and being more data efficient. So that's kind of a goal for our entire school, and it'll be helpful in working with this class.